So, Father, we were talking about missionaries in different parts of the world, and you've been tracking the history of all these
Yeah,
unusual aspects of
yeah.
Goa's past. But can you tell us, how does Goa relate to its history today? Are people appreciating the history, whether it's church history or any other history, or are we forgetting the past?
You see, the, the, the church history of Goa, I feel needs a little more, little more study and an in-depth study to show that our priests, as diocesan priests and as missionary priests, have have been no, what is that called, second
Second
to
to none.
none, second to none, even even going with the European priests.
I see.
That is itself the Jesuits wrote about our priests from Goa in many of the historical accounts. But
Yeah.
what happened was this: later on, uh, things started being taken into light. They did not kept very much high standards. Now, these high standards, no doubt, were among the Jesuits. From 1759, as the Jesuits were thrown out from here,
Yeah.
there came a little bit of
Decline.
decline as far as the intellectual capacity of the priests of the
I see.
priests of Goa, diocese of Goa. But then we had topmost missionaries far as the Oratorians are concerned.
I see.
They are all Goan missionaries.
To Sri
Then
Lanka, Father Jose Vaz and things
Father
like that.
Joseph was and all, and there were 5-6 missionaries from Saligon itself in Ceylon.
I see. I see.
And I'm thinking to have a book on these missionaries. God
Okay.
gave me, but the thing is this: apart from religious history,
Yeah.
there is
Which aspects are waiting to be studied?
waiting to be studied. There are also books written by various priests from Goa,
Yeah.
different books in different languages, which has to be seriously studied.
There are very few and rare priests who take a serious interest in history. Okay, you are one of them. There were others who have done it
Yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah.
But why is that happening? Why so
Now,
little interest?
this is also, if you ask Father Delio Menonza, he will
Yeah.
also tell you, as far as the history is concerned, historians are concerned in the Jesuit order.
Yeah.
You remember those great famous historians of the past Jesuit.
Right.
Today, we have no one.
Father
And
Harris
Delio
of-
was telling me, there is not one single historian.
I see.
That the latest book which Father Savio,
Yeah.
Father Savio
On the
Rodriguez
Jesuits.
wrote. I myself went
I
over
see.
these things and all. Apart from that beautiful photography,
Yeah.
as far as the historical thing is, not much.
Yeah.
I would
We
say.
need to go deeper.
It has got a very big study,
Yeah.
and
Waiting
they
to
have
be done.
already been written. If they go to RC, that is in Vatican,
I see.
you have got all the history of the Jesuits in
I see.
Salcedo,
I see.
in Elias, well written,
I see.
well documented.
I see.
Now, this has to be done by somebody doing such work.
But tell us your own story. How did you get interested in history in the first place?
Yeah. It is a very fascinating thing in that in 1992, 1993, St. Anne's Chapel in Saligaon was celebrating the 150th anniversary of the chapel.
Yeah.
And as I was the only priest at that time from our wards there,
Yeah.
they invited me to be the chairman.
Okay.
So, okay, we formed a little nice committee and all. And the first thing I said to them, see, Saligaon is an intellectual village, so we must have something well written about our chapel things and all in English, because now everybody knows
Yeah.
English. But we don't know anything further this and that. But I said, see, we have got all the minute books that have been written in Portuguese from the beginning.
Since 150 years?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. But it is written there, and if you give me permission, I will take them to Peña de França,
I see. Where you were posted?
where I was posted. I will go over this, and within 1 month I will bring up something.
I see.
So I took the book and all, went through. What fascinating things have been written about our chapel.
Like what?
First thing is this, see, it started in 15, in 1819.
Yeah.
Now 1819, in Marquis's house, there were two priests. In Marquis's house, there
Yeah.
they had their own chapel.
Chapel.
They had their two priests. Between the two priests, they decided, I will take care of my own home. You do something else. So he is the one who brought our people together to have a small chapel. And somebody, Corderos, gave a small plot there.
I see.
Corderos gave a small plot there,
Okay.
where they put a little capellina,
I see.
where this man used to say celebrate mass, being from Muddawad itself, and brought all our people together.
I see.
Then in 1910,
Yeah.
1910, it was enlarged, and who to the contract was my grandfather.
I see. I see.
And he had money and all.
I see.
Why? Because we had that little bit of berlioz
Yeah.
and all those things,
The sugarcane.
sugarcane industry.
I see.
We had the sugarcane industry, and we carried on along with many others from
Sugarcane
Arari,
was a big money maker in those
and
days.
other.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my grandfather, his name is Michael Jean Mascarenhas.
I see.
He brought workers, carpenters and all, and enlarged this chapel in 1910.
But you said 150 years old, no?
Yes, 1910 enlargement.
Okay. Okay. Its original date is
Original date.
No.
Original date is
18.
1819. But we
1819.
got the provision, that means
I see.
establishment,
I see.
only in 1843.
I see. Okay.
That is why
okay.
we had the 150 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, but at that time, you know the house of Raza,
Yeah.
you know who are the Raza? Our
Yeah. Valentine
San
D'Souza.
Dino, Saint and Joseph
Saint Joseph Saint Anne.
and those Jesuit priests and all.
Yeah.
Their father, their grandfather,
Yeah.
was in Abadan,
I see.
that side.
Iran.
He brought images and all in 1910,
I see.
which we have put there up on the
Really?
yeah,
On the church, on the
in
chapel.
the chapel on top.
My
Then he
goodness.
had also brought a big frame of,
Yeah.
of Saint Teresa of Child Jesus, and the girls from our wards, we used to celebrate that feast. Today it is not being celebrated, but these things are there.
History is there.
History is there. So I got the whole history of this chapel
So
written.
that's what got you started.
Yeah, that got me started. But then the committee said, Father, we have written about our chapel, why not evangelization of Saligaon now?
I see.
For this I went to Dr. Theoton. Dr. Theoton said to me, Ari, we don't have anything regarding the evangelization
I see.
of Saligaon, this and that. But what happened was this, there was a single line there,
Yeah.
single line by a Franciscan writer who wrote like this, see, Nagwa is the mother church
Yeah.
of all the churches of Bardez.
Yeah.
But the first Christians from that area came from Saligaon.
I see.
Though the first Christian was, Tom Ribeiro.
Yeah.
Tom Ribeiro, they're in Saligaon
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their
Grandmother.
ancestors are from Pilarn.
I see.
And Nangama Naik, who was a Hindu,
I see.
converted himself into Pero Ribeiro.
I see.
And they started a little chapel in Pilarn
I
on
see.
top. Candelaria.
Candelaria.
Chapel. The chapel
The steps
on
with the
top,
steps going
the
up.
steps up. That is
Right.
the first. They are the first Christians.
But the delay for Saligaon to have a church, because the church is only about 120 years old.
Yeah.
Is it because there was some resistance in the village or no?
No. I will let you know. See, when the Franciscans came to Nagua,
Yeah.
at the same time, same year, 1560, they had also established a church in Kanduli.
Yeah.
So under Nagua church were Saligaon,
Correct.
Nagua, Arpora, Baga,
Yeah.
Parra, Anjuna,
Vast area.
vast area, plus Siolim and Oshel.
I see.
So it was such a big this.
I see.
What happened in this area? The first Christians were from Saligaon, then came from Arpara, Judson, the Cunha and all, you remember?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Come on. So this Pero Mascarenhas, Ribeiro
Yeah,
thought of establishing in Nagua.
I see. It's close to that
He
side.
understood now in Nagua. And they established themselves in Nagua, but the other one, Gaitonde, who was a Hindu, did not become Christian.
I see.
Then when they fixed in Nagua, further they thought that we could go to Saligaon.
I see.
And that is how the Ribeiros settled in Saligaon
I
today.
see. I see. Okay, okay. We'll just